Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I have a kind of discussion slash theory video for you guys today, and this is not like one of my own. This is one that's suggested by Lord Victorino. He's come up with this idea, and along with some other people in the Discord, specifically Red Quill, Morpher, and Teddy. So thanks for participating in this conversation. I wasn't there for the initial conversation, but I've gotten some of the points and stuff about it. So I'm going to be talking about this idea that they had and just sharing it with you, because I do think that it is important to bring up. But before we get into this video, if you do enjoy this type of content, you can leave a like and subscribe for more similar to this. Also, if you want to, help Lord Victorino or anybody else in the Discord come up with ideas and things, the Discord link is down in the description below. It's free, it's fun, you can come talk with me or anyone else in the fandom really. We have a lot of theories and discussions on there, and everybody is always welcome, so you're free to join if you want. But basically, the idea that Lord Victorino presented to me on Discord was that Mina might be trying to make her army. Now, I don't know how this slipped past me in the actual episode itself, it just kind of grazed by me, I guess. But Mina says to Moon before Moon leaves, "Let's restart the Solarian program together." Now, this is probably a big hint to Mina attempting to start the Solarian program back together. And from the Book of Spells, we know that Mina was like the very first test subject. And she says in the episode that goes to Butterfly Castle that she was the best because she outlived all the rest. And that makes sense, survival of the fittest, right? And she also implies that she's pretty lonely, and she thinks that she'll need help if she's trying to take out Eclipsa, because that is her main goal. Her main goal is to eliminate all monsters, and then she will no longer be a soldier, or at least that's kind of what we assume from this episode. So in the Magic Book of Spells, there's a section in Solaria's chapter that's labeled the Solarian Metamorphosis, and this is basically illustrating 3 different stages of becoming like this giant Solarian army thing. And it's basically like Mina's ultimate form when she's like super powerful and can do all this stuff. And Mina says in the episode Ghost of Butterfly Castle, there was about 100 of these people who are pretty much exactly like Mina Loveberry, maybe with some different variations because Mina was the very first test subject, but there was an army nonetheless, and they were very powerful. So Mina's plan might be to, get this army back up and running so that they can take out Eclipsa, because at the moment she thinks that Eclipsa is a threat, and she thinks Meteor is a threat, and just pretty much everybody there is a threat to her, except for Moon, because she offered Moon to, help her out. But now she probably sees Moon as a threat as well, because Moon denied her offer, so pretty much everybody's against Mina at the moment. Now, Lord Victorino thinks that the Yada Yada berries have something to do with this, and it could completely have something to do with this, but right now there's no real evidence other than just the large quantity of Yada Yada berries that Mina is growing. There's no evidence that that is directly related to this Solarian metamorphosis, so at the moment I'm going to go ahead and say that we don't have enough evidence to say if the Yada Yada berries have anything to do with this, and it was maybe just something that Mina had just, for that one time episode called Yada Yada berries. So I don't know where we're going with the Yada Yada berries, but I do like the idea of Mina trying to, recreate this army. Now there's one big problem with this whole idea. And the problem is that in order to do this metamorphosis thing with the 3 stages of converting a human to this kind of super being, it requires a spell, or 3 spells actually. But here's the thing, all of Solaria's spells seem to require ingredients, and we know that Solaria was not the best spellcaster. So what if Solaria's spells was more like a potion where, you could create large quantities of it, so you wouldn't have to keep performing the spell over and over again. So that would be how Mina would be able to get it. You put all the ingredients together, you'd use the sword, because her spells did require a sword, but maybe that's just for slicing or something. So maybe they created a bunch of different vials of this liquid, and then you drank it, and then you became this super being. Now that's one idea that I had, but another idea that I think fits better is that this is an actual spell that you need magic for, and the reason why Mina was going to Moon like, hey, why don't we try to rebuild this army together, is because it does require magic, and Moon has that magic capability. So it's likely that she was like, hey Moon, I need help with your magic to recreate this army. In exchange, you will get to be queen again, so let's kind of like make a deal here. Now obviously Moon did not accept, and this requires Mina to find some other way to create more Solarian army people. Now who's Mina gonna go to? Eclipsa has the wand, but without the book of spells, she's not really gonna be able to help. So Star is really the only other logical person, but we know that Star and Mina aren't really on like the best relationship status, as far as like Star doesn't trust Mina and they're kind of enemies at the moment. So Mina either will try to convince Star or like force Star. I don't exactly know. Now there is probably some other way that she can get this to work if this is her true goal, or maybe it'll just stick with Mina trying to work on herself, just trying to be more powerful on her own without this whole army thing. So I did want to bring up this idea of like the Solarian army possibly coming back. It is possible that this was one of Mina's original plans, but maybe since she doesn't have a way to get it because it does require magic, maybe she doesn't have the way to, or maybe since she's kind of already in this form, maybe she already does know how to do kind of a little bit of magic, or at least how to like recreate this army. So maybe that's just her plan overall. I don't exactly know. I did want to make this video though because it is interesting and it is something that we could possibly see in the show. So thanks again to Lord Victorino for sending me his ideas on it. Lord Victorino has a YouTube channel, so I'll leave that in the description below if you are interested in that. He makes some other cool theories and other videos too, so go check that out if you're interested. But yeah, that's really going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
Love it or leave it, man.